Coming up on today's episode of Airborne Unlimited, David Mayman refutes Jetpack sighting claims, the XP-82 is for sale, and Transport Canada fines travelers who refuse to wear masks. I'm Sophie Herlock. On August 30th, pilots with American Airlines and JetBlue reported seeing a man flying a jetpack at 3,000 feet in Los Angeles International Airport airspace. The claims are now being investigated by the FAA and FBI. However, Jetpack Aviation founder and jetpack pilot David Mayman says the technology is just not there yet for a jetpack to be flying at that high for that long. The pilot's exchange with air traffic control was captured and posted by liveatc.net.
Tower, American 1997. We just passed a guy in a jetpack.
American 1997, okay, thank you. Were they up to your left side or right side?
On the left side, maybe 300 yards or so, about our altitude.
Okay, American 1997, contact tower 120.905, thanks today.
120.905, we'll see you, American 1997.
Southwest 6046, contact tower 133.9er.
And Skywest 3962, and we just saw the guy pass by us at Jetpack.
JetBlue 23, use caution. Person in the jetpack reported 300 yards south of the LA final at about 3,000 feet, 10-mile final.
JetBlue 23, we're heard, and we are definitely looking.
Only in LA.
However, Mayman, who was quarantining in Australia at the time of the sightings, refutes these claims by stating, "We can get about a solid 7 minutes duration out of the jetpacks we're flying now. And while we hope for better in the future, there is no technology I know of that will get a turbine jetpack to 3,000 feet and back under power, much less have the ability to loiter in airspace long enough to be spotted by two separate aircraft. Also, if it was a turbine-powered machine, it would have had to take off from downtown LA, and surely someone would have heard it, and there would be videos all over social media. You can't launch and retrieve a jetpack quietly." Neither American Airlines or JetBlue have commented on the sightings. We'll be right back with Around the Patch.
Introducing the new ELT 345 from Artex. This emergency locator transmitter, or ELT, boasts an industry-low price, while providing the same quality and performance on which the Artex brand was built. GPS data is embedded within the first emergency transmission and provides search and rescue personnel with the aircraft location within 100 meters in less than a minute. Take to the skies knowing you have the highest performing and reliable equipment on board. View our selection of ELTs and safety products at www.artex.com. Artex, your best last chance.
If it looks good, it usually flies good. The Bristol series of aircraft is proof of that. Furthering their legacy of safety and efficiency, Bristol is proud to feature the Rotax 915 IS Turbo in the current lineup of aircraft. The 915 IS Turbo power plant offers more power than ever before in a light sport aircraft. Learn more about Bristol at www.sportflyingusa.com.
Welcome back. It's time for today's trip Around the Patch. Erickson and Bell Textron have signed agreements to initiate the transfer of type certificates for the Model 214 ST and B/B1 helicopters to Erickson Incorporated. The transfer will be processed through the FAA and is expected to be completed near the end of the year. The agreement replaces the previous license and product support agreement signed between the companies in 2015. Horizon Hobbies RC Fest, originally scheduled for October 2nd and 3rd at Eli Field RC Park in Illinois, has been canceled due to the ongoing coronavirus pandemic. Event organizers said they hoped moving RC Fest to a later date in October would allow the event to happen this year. However, at this time, current Illinois regulations on large gatherings, social distancing, and concerns over the health and safety of all attendees made organizers decide to cancel the event. Preparations for their 2021 event have already begun, and more information on the next Horizon RC Fest will be made available in the coming months. due to the impact caused by COVID-19 on the global economy and the cancellation of their partnership with Boeing. Embraer will be laying off 4.5% of its global workforce, which corresponds to about 900 employees in Brazil. During the first half of 2020, Embraer's commercial aviation segment experienced a 75% reduction in aircraft deliveries as compared with the same period last year. Since the beginning of the pandemic, Embraer has put forth a series of measures in an attempt to preserve jobs, including collective vacations, reduced work hours, furloughs, paid leave, and voluntary dismissal plans. Last Thursday, the Coast Guard rescued the pilot of a downed Piper PA-38 Tomahawk that had lost power in St. John's the Baptist Parish, Louisiana, and crashed into a swampy area. Watchstanders at Coast Guard Sector New Orleans received the report of the downed airplane at around 9 p.m. from the sheriff's office. The watchstanders then directed a Coast Guard Air Station New Orleans MH-65 Dolphin helicopter crew to the location where the pilot was recovered from the wreckage and taken to the hospital with a broken arm. We'll be right back with the rest of the news.
Well, hello, fellow pilot. I'm John King.
And I'm Martha King.
You know, we've all had our flying lives disrupted lately.
Well, King Schools is here to help you stay up to date with courses that you can access on your desktop, iPad, or iPhone. If you'd like a refresher or just want to expand your aviation horizons, we have a course for you.
So head over to kingschools.com/rusty today for details.
Swift Fuels proudly introduces the Forever Avgas STC. One simple upfront purchase entitles the Forever STC certificate holder to receive all current and future Avgas STCs that the FAA issues to Swift Fuels. The best part? It's priced today at only $100, and the prepaid certificate never expires. Get your Forever Avgas STC today at swiftfuelsavgas.com.
There's a difference between charting a steady course and pushing for the ceiling. And for nearly a century, Hartzell Propeller has been defining that difference. It's in our passion for engineering and research and our dedication to testing the limits of performance. We are built on honor. We are Hartzell Propeller.
One of the most extraordinary people in aviation, Tom Reilly, who has been restoring warbirds for over 41 years, has finished restoring the 1944 North American XP-82 twin Mustang, and it's now up for sale for $12 million on PlatinumFighters.com. Reilly began restoring the airplane back in 2008 when it was nothing more than a pile of junk, and in 2019, nearly 1.5 million man-hours of work later, the aircraft took its first official post-restoration flight in Douglas, Georgia. To date, the aircraft has flown 25 hours since restoration has concluded, and even received 4 trophies at last year's AirVenture, including Grand Champion Warbird post-World War II, the Phoenix Award, and 2 Golden Wrenches. The XP-82 has a top speed of 486 miles an hour at 21,000 feet, a cruise speed of 280 miles, a range of 1,390 miles, and is powered by 2 1,860 horsepower Rolls-Royce V1650-2325 Merlins. In his over 41 years of being in business, Reilly has performed 34 major restorations, including 10 B-25s, 3 B-17s, 1 B-24, which Aero-News network had the privilege of flying in when Reilly was located in Kissimmee, Florida, 1 F-4U Corsair, a P-40, and 9 T-6 aircraft. His XP-82 twin Mustang is one of only 2 that still exist in civilian hands. Transport Canada states they believe Canadians have the right to feel safe while flying during a global pandemic, which is why they have mandated a number of health precautions, including mask mandates to keep travelers safe. Transport Canada is now imposing fines for violating rules meant to prevent the spread of COVID-19, and 2 individuals who refused to follow directions from the air crew to wear their face coverings have been fined $1,000. The first incident occurred on June 14th on a WestJet flight from Calgary to Waterloo, Ontario, and the second occurred on July 7th, also on a WestJet flight from Vancouver to Calgary. In both incidents, the individuals were directed repeatedly by the aircrew to wear their face covering during the flights, and in both cases the individuals refused. Under an interim order, all travelers must have a face covering with them prior to boarding. Travelers must wear their face coverings at all times while boarding, during the flight, and from the moment the doors of the aircraft are open until the person enters the air terminal building, when they are 2 meters or less from another person. Certain exemptions do apply, such as while eating, drinking, or taking oral medication. And that wraps up our show for today. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed today's episode, be sure to like, subscribe, and to check us out on Facebook and on Twitter. For more aviation aerospace news any time of the day, head over to aero-news.net. I hope you had a wonderful Wednesday. Come back tomorrow for an episode of Airborne Flight Training.